I'm Jeffrey Buchman, the stage director for As One, and currently living in Miami, Florida, and my first time here out at Opera Colorado.
I'm Blythe Gaissert, and I'm singing Hannah after.
Kelly Markgraf singing Hannah before, which is maybe a bit peculiar character names with before and after. But because we're doing a show about somebody's journey to self-acceptance.
Yeah, we have two characters basically playing the same person, and what it is the two sides of the same person that are kind of at a struggle with each other, trying to find their honest identity, and becomes a powerful story about not only self-acceptance but exploration of truth and finding an honesty within ourselves as this person going through this journey, but also as those of us who live in a world with others who go through this journey. It really teaches us to understand what that entails and how much of a struggle it is and how powerful it is, and how not only acceptance but honoring who people really are. It's a beautiful story that embraces all of those elements, and it's got humor in it. It's very touching, surprising at times, quite frightening at other times. But it really, I think, brings us towards a more humane way to live and really be taking in everyone's individual existence in this world.
For me, it was a bit of a mind-bending experience the first time we performed it. You know, typically you're used to playing off of another character, as we all know, and having your own individual identity, but to be on stage with another person and have to psychologically inhabit the same space and know that even when you're not physically singing or speaking yourself, that whatever is coming out of that other actor's mouth is also going on in your world. It sort of morphs the landscape of what I had ever experienced or expected out of drama.
It definitely takes a lot more focus, even than normal, but I kind of like that I'm never alone in that way. There's always, like, even when things are really hard, I'm always there with myself, but not myself. Yeah. It's kind of amazing, like to share all of those really big feelings that are involved in this story with someone else that's literally experiencing the exact same thing at the same time.
I think it's also wonderful because by having two different artists playing different sides of the same character, it allows the experience of a single moment to be different depending on which part of that person in their kind of chemistry at the moment, how each of them play, because there's a heavier presence of Hannah before in the first part of the show. And so there might be encouragement from Hannah after to get Hannah before to go and embrace that expressivity and those feelings that perhaps he's not yet allowed himself to free up. And then same thing when we get towards the fear of, towards the end of, is this the right thing to do? Should I be going there? And we feel, again, this presence of, they each kind of have different build-up of how they react to those moments, even though it's the same person. And I think that makes perfect sense because we always have those battling forces within us. And it works really well in this piece. I think it's beautifully written. The music not only supports the drama, but I think drives the drama, and it's a brilliant libretto.
It is, yeah. On that topic, the libretto, so the script is written in a way that makes this subject, which could be in another writer's hands, it could have been quite stereotypical or sensationalized about transgender issues, sort of the cruder aspects of the physical changes that go on during a transformation like that. But the script is written in such a way that it is entirely universal, and it touches on human struggles and human emotions that anybody, no matter how they identify in the world, experiences. So, in past productions, we've had truly cathartic experiences for audience members where they've come up to us and said, "Thank you so much for giving me this understanding of this subject, and thank you so much." In New York, there was somebody who said, "You know, I came along thinking this might be kind of weird, and halfway through I found myself crying because I was so touched by the universality of what was happening." So, you know, I think that's important for everybody to know as well, that it's a piece that everybody can enjoy, and it's not just a niche part of our world, that it's not just a niche drama.
And also, like what you were saying, that it's written in such a way that everyone can identify
Yeah.
with it. Which
Absolutely.
I think is what I think is so amazing about it. That it's not, it is literal but not literal. And so you have all the same feelings, you know, that everybody, you know, deals with at some point in their life, you know, as a teenager or as an adult, you know, where you're just not sure about the steps that you are taking forward that are big ones and whether or not they're right, and being your real self.